Hi there, I'm Michael with Etrailer.com. Today we're going to take a quick look at this Blue Ox TrackPro weight distribution system with sway control. This is going to help evenly distribute the weight of your trailer over all the axles of your tow vehicle and your trailer. So rather than having your full trailer tongue weight pushing down on just that one connection point at your hitch ball, which can oftentimes cause your tow vehicle to squat at the rear end, which can cause all sorts of problems. Your tires might wear unevenly, puts a lot of strain on your rear suspension, can bring your front end up, making your steering light and making your headlight shine in other drivers' eyes, all those sorts of things. And this is going to distribute that weight, so it's going to level out your ride again. It's going to fix those issues. It's also going to have built-in sway control, so it's going to help keep your trailer in line as you're going down the road. So lots of benefits to a system like this, helping to solve some of those problems that you experience as you're towing your trailer. Now, you do want to make sure that you're getting the right system for your setup. So one of the main factors to consider is going to be the weight capacity. This has a 6,000 pound gross towing weight and a tongue weight of between 200 and 600 pounds. So you don't want to exceed that 600 pound max. And of course, you will need at least 200 pounds in order for the system to properly engage and give you that proper weight distribution. So if you have a system that fits within that category, this will be a great option for you. We do have lots of other weight distribution systems out there or here on our site that accommodate different size trailers, different weights, and that sort of thing. So you want to make sure you're getting the right setup for you. This system is going to install into your 2-inch by 2-inch trailer hitch receiver on your vehicle. You do want to make sure that your hitch is rated for use with weight distribution because not all of them are, and obviously you don't want to overtax your hitch. This is going to include your standard pin and clip here so that this won't wiggle out of your hitch. We do have locking pins available if you want to add a little extra security. Make sure no one can take this off of your vehicle. As you can see, we are going to have this adjustable shank here with 7 holes. So that's going to allow us to raise or lower our head assembly to accommodate our trailer's height. So as we have it in the drop position here, you can see the shank is going down at the lowest setting from the top of our shank, which is about going to be the top inside edge of your receiver tube, down to the ball platform, which is about where your coupler is going to sit. Our max drop here is only about 2 inches. So if your coupler sits about 2 inches lower than your top inside edge of your hitch, this will accommodate that. We can also flip this over and use it in the rise position. That's going to give us a max rise of 8 inches. So if your coupler sits 8 inches higher than the top inside edge of your receiver tube, you'll be able to accommodate that. Then of course, incremental height adjustments in between those two extremes to accommodate anything in between there. We also have other options, other weight distribution systems that have a 9-hole shank. So if you do need a greater drop or rise, we have those other options available here at etrailer.com as well. On your head assembly, you are going to get this 2 5/16 inch hitch ball that's going to become pre-installed for you. So one less thing that you have to worry about installing yourself. And that's going to give you that connection point for your ball coupler. One really nice thing about this system is that with most all weight distribution systems, there is a tilt required to achieve the proper balance and weight distribution. And this tilt is built in, whereas a lot of systems use a washer setup. So you have kind of a bolt that you put on the back side here, and then you have to add washers to it, and that's going to cause it to not right up against your shank. This system isn't going to use those washers, so it is going to be a lot more convenient for you. Once you get it set up the first time, you're not going to have to do any adjustments unless you were to switch out your trailer or use it with a different setup, that sort of thing. So much more convenient with this built-in tilt here. This does have a positive caster angle in the hitch head that's going to help keep your trailer centered, prevent that sway before it begins. So that's one of the 2 ways that has that sway control built in. We do have grease zerks on the back side here. You can just kind of barely see that one here on the back of that trunnion. So that's going to make lubrication very easy. Just hook up your grease gun, pump some grease in there, make sure everything is well lubricated, so very easy to maintain. We do have these tapered spring bars that are going to easily lock in place here with these included pins and clips. So if you're disassembling your setup, you just pull out the pin, pull out your arm, you're ready to store it, slide it back in, line up the holes, and pass that pin through, and it's locked in place when you're ready to use it. These spring bars will flex appropriately to give you a nice controlled, even ride, and then they are going to connect to your trailer's frame with these brackets. These brackets are a clamp-on design, so you're not going to have to drill into your trailer's frame. Very easy to get these installed. They can be adjusted along your trailer's frame, so they're going to be mounted back between 20 inches from your hitch ball back to 25 inches. So you've got about 5 inches of wiggle room there so that you can accommodate your frame-mounted items like gas tanks, battery boxes, toolboxes, generators, that sort of thing. So you can adjust these along there, but then once you're ready to get your spring bars installed, they do include the lift lever here so that you can just get underneath that spring bar, put it up on the platform, lift it up to get that spring bar up onto the platform. This is going to then have that steel on steel friction between your spring bar and your L bracket. That's going to hold the spring bar in place. It's going to help keep the trailer in line. So that's the second part of that sway control, to make sure that your trailer isn't going to be moving side to side. So one downside to steel on steel friction like this is it can be kind of noisy. Some other systems out there use chains, so it's going to be a little bit quieter, but this is going to be a little bit more solid for you. Those chains can oftentimes swing and aren't as stiff. So this system is going to be compatible with your surge type brake actuators, but you will have to put up with a little bit of noise. Some people find it annoying, other people can deal with it, so kind of just up to you. One thing I do want to mention that I forgot to mention a moment ago, this bracket will mount onto your trailer frames that are up to 6 inches tall. So very easy to get these bolted in place onto your trailer frame, and then that provides that connection for your spring bars. This whole system is a durable steel construction. It does have a powder coat finish on it, so it is going to resist rust and corrosion, so it will hold up really well for you. It is made here in the USA, so you can trust it's made to the high quality standards we've come to know and trust for products that are made here in the US. And it also comes with a limited lifetime warranty, so if you were to have any issues with it, you're more than welcome to reach out to us here at etrailer.com. But as long as you're getting the right setup for your trailer's weight, I think this will do a good job for you. When you're looking at good, better, best, this is probably just kind of your good, your baseline. I mean, that built-in tilt is probably a distinguishing factor in your good category, but I think that steel-on-steel friction be kind of noisy for some people. So there are systems that have chains, like I said, that rotate up, so it's a little bit easier to get your bars put in place than having to lift up on that lever. And then there's a whole nother category out there that it's going to have a different style of sway control rather than that friction setup. So I think this is going to do a good job for you. I think there are other systems that have more bells and whistles. There are systems that are going to be harder to use, so I think this is going to be a good option for you. A couple of extra things that they do include are safety chain extension links. So if your safety chains aren't going to be long enough to reach, you can use those. They also include a ball shank reducer. So if you were to switch out your hitch ball here and you needed to use a 1-inch diameter ball shank, this would allow you to reduce that so that it would fit in there. And then of course they are going to include very detailed instructions for you, not only in how to get this all set up and put together, but then also how to ensure that it's set up properly for your weight of your trailer, and building in all the fine detail kind of things that you need to get to have a great setup for yourself. So overall, like I said, a good setup here. If this does meet your weight capacity, we do have those other options with longer shanks and higher weight capacities, so make sure you're getting the right one for you. That completes our look for today. Again, I'm Michael with Etrailer.com. Thanks for watching.